put the keg on my coffin and think of me every so often. Have a loser's day parade for all my friends. Drink up life like a river till the pizza man delivers. Smile and know I loved you till the end.
Chris Trapper used to be with the Push Stars. Actually, he's become very close with my brother. Tours around a lot. Will play anything from a coffee house to theaters to stadiums. The guy's done it all. And he just loves
to play music.
Yeah, he just loves to play.
That's awesome.
I always love this song. And it kind of goes with what we're talking about today, or what we're going to talk about now. Because there's a...
Somebody's having a bad day?
No, well, somebody's having a bad day. Listen to this news story and just try to picture this happening.
Shocking turn of events in Lincoln today that's been making headlines across the country. It's what's being called a medical mishap when a woman thought to be dead started breathing in a funeral home.
Doug just about spit out his water. That was the perfect.
I think these are.
Come on,
these stories are made up.
Well, I don't think this one is, and I'll explain. I'll go. Here we go.
10/11's John Grinwald has the details on what we've learned so far.
This morning, just before 10, a Lincoln woman on hospice was pronounced dead at Waverly's Mulberry Nursing Home. Then she came here to the Central Lincoln mortuary.
Now, no one with the Butheris, Mazer, and Love Funeral Home wanted to go on camera.
Of course they don't, you dope.
Today, but you can imagine the shock that some of their employees were in for when they discovered that Lincoln woman still breathing.
From the highly unusual dispatch call made by an employee
I actually, in high school, I had a very good friend. His father owned a funeral parlor, and sometimes we would sneak the hearse out to go on double dates. Sometimes there was 5 of us.
Is this a joke?
But
fucking goddamn it! You keep keep going.
That was a joke. You didn't hear it. We used to sneak the hearse out to go on double dates,
and sometimes there was 5 of us because there was a stiff in the back.
And sometimes
there was
stiff
in my pants. Man, can I? Come on,
keep going. So this old lady's dead.
Just before they were about to
listen, this is the 911 call.
Begin their process.
A 74-year-old female that was believed to be deceased and brought here is now agonal breathing on the table.
Lincoln Fire and Rescue transported the 74-year-old to a hospital. The Lancaster County Sheriff's Office is still investigating the case, but so far, they say it was just a mistake. We called LSO about an hour ago.
Well, here's the
whether
thing.
She's still alive.
I have a lot of thoughts on this.
A lot?
A tremendous amount of thoughts on this. Because first of all, to your point, well, they go, no, not the universe. I know you don't like my universe shit, but it's true. It's all true.
Try it. I like it.
Try it. Try my universe shit sometime.
Go ahead with
it's not
what you're
working
saying.
so good for me right now, but I mean, a lot of things happening in my world.
Right.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah. No, here are my thoughts. First, to your point, pretty big mistake. Who gets in trouble for that? Angola breathing, I think that's what they called it, is basically stroke or cardiac arrest. It's that hyper, like you're just trying to get oxygen in. So you're at the end, right? You're at the end.
Did she end up dying at a later time?
I would assume the woman did. She was in hospice already. I think hospice declared her dead. Maybe they weren't getting a pulse or seeing any breathing, and then our body does weird things on the way out. It just starts gasping for air, and I don't know. It would freak you out. I would think
somebody's got a doctor has to call the time and date, right?
Usually that or a nurse does at a hospice. At a hospice.
At hospice? Okay.
Yeah, at hospice because you're not going to have a doctor. Yeah, I don't.
If it's slow?
I have no idea. I have no idea. You're right. We'll call it sloppy work. We'll call it sloppy work.
Okay.
But what if you were working at this funeral home and you go, like it's the end anyway. Don't make the 911 call. Don't do the call. Just let her gasp it out.
Who's working today? Doug and Bill. What happened? Oh, Bill, I think she's still alive. Doug, yeah, Bill.
Get a pillow.
Get a pillow. All right. Are you buying the first round? If you hand me the pillow, I will. I'm like,
Doug,
done.
Who's going to know?
Who's going to know?
Who's going to know? And I'm thinking, if that's my loved one, if that's my mom, right?
Oh, God, no. I cannot put a pillow.
Listen to me. I'm not putting the pillow over her. They're doing it. But if here's the thing. I'm pissed off because now I got to pay for transportation from the hospice of the body to the funeral parlor. Oh, wait, not dead. Now I got to pay for an ambulance to take you to the hospital? No. Save me the money. She's going out anyway. She doesn't remember any of this. She's not the person. And in all seriousness, that's not the person that I remember.
Right.
Who's having Angola breathing. And anybody, that's what it is. It's stroke or cardiac arrest.
Another thing, you're told your mother's dead. Oh, and you're heartbroken, you're crying.
Yes.
And then 4 hours later, hey,
yeah. I know.
Your mom's alive. And you're like, what?
No.
And then you have to wait again for your mom to die? I mean,
no.
where's the mourning?
Funeral parlor. Do me a favor. Do nothing. Let it choke out or put a pillow. Do something. I don't know. Start embalming. Drain the blood out.
You were bombing yourself this Saturday.
Yes,
I
was.
heard.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're saying.
Embalming fluid.
I don't know.
Or as they call it in Ireland, Guinness. No, come on, Mr. Universe.
Look, because conscientious people at the funeral home, they were conscientious, had to make the 911
what if they
call.
were alcoholics?
I got to pay more?
No.
I got to pay for mom to be transported back to a... No, let that guy... It's over. It's done.
I think the person, whoever screwed up, would pay for it. It's on us.
Yeah, well, I hope.
Right.
I don't even know that... I have no idea. Like, I couldn't declare someone. I have no idea. But let me ask you this.
Ask me.
If a relative dies in the middle of the night, aunt, uncle, maybe a parent, I don't know, middle of the night dies, do you want a phone call at 2 or 3 in the morning?
Yeah, absolutely.
You do? Okay. All right.
Why not? Wait.
Because I'm like, they're stressful and they're long. They're going to be dead at 9 when I get up. Tell me then. Just tell me then. Why are you interrupting my sleep? Let me go. They're gone. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do?
Right.
I can get up and start
Grab
pacing.
a pillow and make sure.
What am I going to do? I could have been in a great dream. I could have been in a great REM. I had great sleep. They're still dead. I'll wait till 7:30. That's a little polite, more polite. You know? Even at 7:30, if the phone rings at 7:30, I usually go, uh-oh. What's going on? Uh-oh. The only 3 a.m. call that I've had is
Billy, get over here. I need some.
No, I have not have one of those.
No. 2 a.m.
Nope.
No booty call.
No. I don't think I've gotten the booty call.
Have you ever hit a booty call?
No, I think I just went and got the booty, baby. I'm a pirate.
Boom. You didn't need a call.
That's right. Who needed a call?
No. There's a next of kin call. I think.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
I don't know how you sign up for that.
How to sign up for the next? You're saying on usually on somebody's proxy. If you're somebody's proxy, like, so do you know who your proxy is? In case of emergency, they call. Who do they call? Do you have it filled out anywhere?
I don't. I don't. I probably should.
Well, you should put like your sister or somebody like that. Yes, absolutely, you should.
Probably. Bill Moran, give him something good to talk about.
Yeah.
Just make sure he's not drunk first.
Doug was going, what time is it? Call me back at 7.
Yeah,
Fuck, he's
if I
dead.
die. Call him at 10:30 so his hangover is almost over. Do you have a proxy in case anything happens?
I call my, I have it, I changed it to my mom. Okay. I got separated. My mom.
Not your brother?
No.
Oh, your mom.
Yeah, I figured my brother's got enough going on with his kids and stuff.
And with you dying, you might forget to tell your
mom. I'll be dead. It doesn't matter.
Right.
But in case of emergency, like if there's an emergency or something. And then my mom is great. I mean, moms are great. They're like the phone tree. You remember the phone tree? We used to have a phone tree at church. It was like the prayer tree, they called it. And so, you would call up and go, hey, so-and-so needs prayer. They just got into a car accident. And then your job was to call the next person on the line, Yeah, because, again...
Prayer tree.
Soft exterior.
Right.
Doesn't wait, you had the soft exterior. Right. I fucked that all up. Now, how about this? Somebody dies. I saw something and I like this a lot. A woman's husband died. He was 39 years old. Mm-hmm. Complications of a stroke, right? And something that unforeseen. 3 kids. I think the kids were 12, 10, and 8.
That's terrible.
So she didn't have a funeral. She had a funeral. And what she did was...
Put Venmo in her pay app on that coffin?
You got it. Put a Venmo up there and said, help me cover these costs. Help him go to heaven. No, they took all this guy's favorite things and they had a big party in their backyard. And like all his favorite albums, he loved sharing music with people. So if you wanted, you could take an album with you. He would paint. They had all his paintings out there and drawings that he did out there. They played his music. They had all his favorite food, which was like chips and dips, which may have led to the stroke. I don't know. I'm just saying.
But chains and whips.
She said he had a giant, or chains and whips. Yeah, he had a giant record collection that he loved sharing with people who appreciated music. No, they were just coming in. Her thing was like friends and family who loved him and knew him, and she wanted this more because she wanted. Basically, she was doing it, and I go, boy, I've never heard of that. Yeah. We've all heard about the celebration of life, but I mean, what if you turned it into a bit of a carnival? That's why I play Keg on My Coffin. Put a keg on my coffin. Let's have a little fun here.
Yeah, you hear people say, I just want to party.
Well, people say that, but then usually what happens? They're sad, they're morbid, they're this. I'm not saying this. She said it was great to see my 3 kids smile. And I'm sure, look, a random Thursday at 4 o'clock, you're on the ball field and you see your buddy Ryan's dad in the stands and yours isn't there because he's dead. That's a feeling that probably never goes away. So, to compound it, she wanted the funeral to be a pleasant memory or a more positive memory for the kids. I really thought that was like one of the greatest parenting things I had ever heard.
Idea, yeah.
But then I started to think, what would be at your funeral?
What would be at mine?
Yeah.
I would probably have it.
Can we get your, now, listen, I have an idea.
Uh-oh.
Just
for me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we get those finger paints you do? What are the finger paints that you did? Didn't you finger paint?
No.
What was
Sponge.
it? Oh, yeah.
Sponge, like you taking everybody's money for this podcast. You're sponging off.
I think they could do a DJ booth where people get up there and introduce their family like you do at weddings.
No, I've thought about this. I should probably get a will. If I don't know if I'd want to be. I'd probably be laid out so everybody could have closure, and then have a celebration.
Wait a second, hold on.
At O'Loughlin's and be cremated and throw my ashes.
Wait,
in the river.
You'd have like an open casket, so people will go, who needs closure from you?
People I owe money to.
All right.
The dancers.
Make sure he's really dead. Hey, we're coming in with a pin and a mirror. Make sure that motherfucker's dead.
I don't want to think about stuff like that. Although you do. You should,
yeah. I mean, have you ever been at like a really the weirdest remembrance type thing I remember, and it was an open casket. It was called a celebration of life, but there were people taking pictures and posing at the. Yeah, I'd never seen that.
I've never seen that. I like how they do a line of pictures now.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the more the merrier on the pictures to show your life.
There's not many open cat. I love this idea. I mean, I want carnivals. I want jugglers.
All our pictures from every podcast. Yeah.
I want the podcast. Like. Okay, here's a morbid one.
You want jugglers?
I want people juggling. I want a fucking carnival. I want a carnival. I want people to have a great time. I want bands and music and storytelling. I would love everybody to get up and have the.
All right, Bill's rolling the dice. We've got like 12. That's over 7.
The podcast set up, and you get to tell. Like we have somebody who kind of runs point on it, right? Mm-hmm. But everybody, if you feel like it, you could get up and you could tell a story.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
And or more, or whatever it takes. You get plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Some people
you can tell the most salacious, awful, horrible stories. They don't have to be loving. As my grandfather said, everybody becomes a saint when they die. That son of a bitch, he'll be a saint when he's dead. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say
I don't believe that one, but
okay. let it all go.
Okay.
Like, and I know he's listening right now.
Your grandfather?
No. Your dad.
Oh, of course he is.
But
it's on the edge of the seat.
But at some point, like, how about Elvis impersonators? You come out in his at his funeral.
I just want to thank everybody for coming out and see my dad's funeral, and just it's on a Wednesday, and I want to thank our neighbor Betty for bringing her hound dog, and we're going down to the bar and have deviled eggs and
Does your dad like deviled eggs? Like I mind.
Sandwiches.
I would want Guinness, Jameson. I'd like to have like maybe a party at Mulconry's, and then what I'd really like is, to your point of closure. I like this. Give me a Viking funeral on the canal. You just send me off, and then someone shoots a flaming arrow, and the whole thing is it's doused in gas, and you just see this giant flame, and I go off into the ashes and down to the bottom of the canal. Why can't that work?
Because you don't disintegrate enough, and you got a dead half a burned body in
You
the
don't
canal.
think there's other half-burned bodies in that canal? We got cars at the bottom of it. They didn't even know there was a car until they drained it once. I'm going to be more toxic than that?
I
like this idea a
I
lot.
will rent a boat, and I put your dead body in a dinghy, and I will take you to the middle of Lake Ontario.
I don't want Lake
with
Ontario.
strippers.
No.
We're not going to the canal.
I want the canal.
Gulf of Mexico?
I want the canal. And I want somebody to stand on the Main Street Bridge in downtown Fairport. Okay. Now I want you to picture this. If you're not familiar with Fairport, very picturesque, very, very beautiful village, very northeast, nice, cozy village. And I want somebody to shoot an arrow that goes up in the air and arcs down in the flame, and then you just see. And you know what I want?
What?
I want some fireworks and things to go off at the same time. And everybody's like, "Yay!" And then a band just starts in right away. You know,
Living after midnight.
Yeah, we could have that.
Rockin'.
Well, I was thinking more like the
dawn.
Rolling Stones or something like that.
Whatever you want. It's
Break
your
into a
funeral.
Stone song.
You
Yeah.
put the fun in the funeral.
Yes, exactly. Funeral. This would be a funeral.
All right, I got arrows here. I got flaming arrows, 3 for $10. We got 3 tries for $10.
No.
What's your name, sir?
We need
Come
a
right up.
marksman. We need a marksman. I want one arrow,
One arrow,
shot.
that's it. What if you
That's
don't get
it.
it? What if the
That's
wind takes it?
I want you to do it like when I was
Who's got a Zippo?
a real cocky jerk, and it didn't always work for me. But when I played darts and I was close to winning, and all I needed was like a bullseye, I would take the 3 darts, I'd drop 2 on the ground, and I'd just take one, and I'd look at them and then go. Pew! Every once in a while, I would hit it. That would be my cocky move. I wouldn't even look at the dartboard. I just look at the person right in the eyes and boom. That's called an asshole.
I had some good endings on darts.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like what? Here we go.
I used to be really, no, this is not a joke. I used to be really good at bullseye because I played years ago. I work in retail, and I would lose all the time. And somebody told me, if you can hit bulls and you get good at bulls, you'll win the majority of your games.
Yeah, that's true.
So I got really good.
Yeah.
And the gentleman's game, you go to 20s, 19, 18. No,
Yeah.
I'm playing for shots. I'm going to ruin you on bulls. So there's been a few times that I've needed 3 bulls, and we're talking shit back and forth. I'm like, hey, do you like history? Like, yeah. I'm like, well, I love history too. I love the medieval ages with King Arthur and the Round Table and all the knights. I go, you remember the knights? He goes, yeah. I go, you do? I said, is there a white knight, the red knight, and good night? Boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
Now, did people get pissed at that?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Especially-
Why? I would find
they
that so
wanna-
entertaining.
My cousin Melissa, who I used to play darts with every now and then, I remember one time I won on 3. I was just crushing these guys and went right for the juggler and won. And she's like, she turns around to the other team and goes, yeah, sometimes he's a douche. Like, but you want to win. It's part of, and I always say I didn't make up the game.
No.
No,
I
it's-
kind of like it. I think it's a
Bullseye are way to go.
cocky. I love it.
I have friends that are playing the A League, and they've traveled to Chicago for the national tournament.
Darts? Yeah.
And then they've gone the Western Division, and then they've made it to Las Vegas for the World Championships.
One of my favorite.
I think one of my friends is ranked 19th in the world right now. It's plastic.
Plastic.
Yeah,
Not steel tip.
not steel tip, but 19th in the whole world.
But I
Very impressive.
Yeah, I think it's very impressive. So I love the guys that show up at area bars, local places, with their own darts.
Yeah.
They come with their own darts. And I have a friend who owns a pub, and we were in another establishment, and a couple walks in, and I knew one of the couple. They were a sibling of a very close friend of mine, and her husband had his own darts, and he was all cocky, putting it in there. And my friend,
I've beaten a lot of guys with those.
my friend who owned smoked him up.
Yeah, just
Like,
grab the bar darts, and that's really embarrassing for the guy that comes in with his
darts!
box of
I go, oh yeah,
flights and tips and
Yes.
special this
You
and
got
special
it.
that.
You got it.
You know,
You
he's
got
buying drinks.
All right, we'll take a moment. Doug, something has gone back into the public domain, and you may be interested in trying to grab it.
Okay,
Yes, this could be for you.
could be for me.
We'll get to that next, but first.
But first.